Hi all, I am Tripti C, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology, Cochin. Welcome back to the course CS 307 Data Communication under APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, Kerala for Semester 5, BTech Computer Science and Engineering. In this presentation, we will be discussing about transmission impairments, attenuation, distortion and noise. Transmission impairments. Signals that travel through the medium are not perfect. The imperfections cause signal impairments. This means that the signal at the beginning of the medium is not the signal at the end of the medium. What is sent is not what is being received. There are three causes of impairments and they are attenuation, distortion and noise. Attenuation is the first impairment which we have discussed. Attenuation means loss of energy. So when a signal travels through a medium, it loses some of its energy in overcoming the resistance of the medium. So what happens is that suppose if an electric signal is moving through a wire, after a while some of its energy is dissipated as heat. So in order to compensate the loss of certain part of the signal or certain power of the signal as heat, amplifiers are used to amplify the signal. And here if you see this picture, you can understand that this is the original picture. When it travels from point 1 to point 2, some of its energy is lost as heat energy. So now the signal strength is reduced and the signal has become like this. Now there is an amplifier and this amplifier is used to amplify the signal. So attenuation basically means the loss of energy. Signal strength is measured in decibels, dB. dB is a relative measure of loss or gain. So N dB means 10 log to the base 10 output power by input power. So there is an example. Suppose if input power is 10 watt and output power is 5 watt. Losses and gains. Find out the losses and gains. So 10 log to the base 2 of 1 by 2 will be the dB. Always the losses and gains, they are additive. Signal to noise ratio, it shows the ratio signal power to noise power. SNR is equal to the average signal power divided by average noise power, and the power is often expressed in watts. So let's see an example. Let's see the dB measures from point 1 to point 4. dB is basically used by the engineers because it is very easy for them to add for calculation. It is very easy for calculation using dB because the losses and gains are always additive in nature, and dB can be effectively used for doing the calculations. So from point 1, when the signal moves to point 2, the dB is minus 3 dB. Then from point 2 to point 7, after an amplifier we have 7 dB. So total 7 minus 3, that is 4 dB is the effective dB value from point 1 to point 3. Now from point 3 to point 4 we have the value is minus 3 dB. So till point 3 we have the value is 4. 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1 dB, will be the effective dB value between 0.1 and 0.4. The signal travels from 0.1 to 4. In the case, the decibel value as per previous figure, it is 1. Now we will see what we mean by distortion. Distortion means the signal changes its form or shape. It can occur in a composite signal made of different frequencies, and the signal component has its own propagation speed through the medium. So, therefore, they have their own delay in arriving at the final destination. The differences in the delay, they may create a difference in the phase. If the delay is not exactly the same as the period duration, then it will cause a small phase change. That is, the signal components at the receiver have phases different from what they had at the sender. So, the shape of the composite signal is not the same. In this example, you can see that this is the composite signal. It is having the phases like this, components in phase at the sender side. Now, due to the delay in reaching, there is small phase change. First signal doesn't have any change, but the second signal, it has got a 90-degree phase shift. Third signal, it has got a 180-degree phase shift. So, the change from the sender signal to the receiver signal is like this. So, that is what we call as distortion. Third point is noise. It is another cause for impairment. There are several types of noise. Examples are thermal noise, induced noise, crosstalk and impulse noise. You will be learning about all these things in your module 2 in detail. And these noise will corrupt the signal. So, these are basically, noise is basically unwanted signal that gets mixed up with our proper message or the signal. Thermal noise means it is a random motion of electrons in the wire. It is caused by the random motion of electrons in the wire, and that will create an extra signal other than that being created by the transmitter. Then induced noise, they come from sources such as motors and appliances. So, they will be acting, these devices will be acting as a sending antenna, and the transmission medium will act as a receiving antenna. Crosstalk is another type of noise. So, that is the effect of one wire on the other. It's because of electromagnetic interference. Okay, so that is noise. So, this is the transmitted signal. Some unwanted signal also comes from the transmission media, that is the noise. When the signal gets added with this noise, it becomes an entirely different signal at the receiver side. The power of a signal is 10 milliwatt and the power of the noise is 1 microwatt. What are the values of signal to noise ratio and signal to noise ratio in dB? So, we can calculate signal to noise ratio as average signal power divided by average noise power. So, 10 milliwatt divided by 1 microwatt. Then, the signal to noise ratio in decibel means 10 log to the base 10 SNR. So, signal to noise ratio is 10,000 and signal to noise ratio in dB is 40 dB. So, now let us see the recap of this presentation. In this presentation, we have discussed what is signal to noise ratio, what are the different types of transmission impairments, what is attenuation, what is distortion, and what are the different types of noises. The reference for this presentation is Data Communications and Networking, 4th edition by Ferozen. In the next presentation, we will be discussing about data rate limits and channel capacity. Thank you.